George used to describe the buzzing in his ears more vividly than his favorite melody. It was always there, during long drives, at bedtime, and in the stillness of early morning coffee. Then he warmed 3 drops of castor oil, let them glide into each ear for 7 nights, and the noise melted to a faint whisper. That small change let him hear life's ordinary music again. Grandkids laughing, birds chattering, the kettle's whistle. If that sounds intriguing, stay with me as we uncover why those tiny drops can mean so much after 60. Let's peek at the hidden mechanics. Your outer ear canal is really just a curved tunnel of skin and cartilage, yet it handles 3 crucial tasks. It funnels sound to the eardrum, shields deeper parts from dust and germs, and creates cerumen, earwax, that both lubricates and disinfects. Cerumen is a quiet champion. Slightly acidic and full of natural antibodies, it traps debris before it ever reaches the fragile eardrum. Normally, gentle jaw motions, chewing, talking, nudge softened wax outward like a slow conveyor belt you barely notice. Past 60, subtle shifts jam that conveyor. First, earwax dries out as oil-producing glands ease up with age. Drier wax clings to canal walls instead of sliding out. Second, the cartilage in the outer ear loses a touch of spring, narrowing the passage so wax moves sluggishly. Third, many seniors take medications, diuretics, antihistamines, acne drugs, that dry skin even further, turning once soft wax into a brittle plug. Add hearing aids or earbuds that warm the canal and speed up drying, and you've got the perfect setup for a stubborn blockage. A plug of wax does more than muffle speech. It can press against the eardrum, stretching it inward like an overtight drumhead, which the brain reads as pressure or ringing. Tinnitus. That pressure may also irritate nearby balance sensors, sparking brief dizziness or unsteadiness. One small plug can echo through your day in outsized ways. Enter castor oil. Its thick feel and special chemistry make it a standout for ear care. Roughly 90% of castor oil's fat profile is ricinoleic acid. Unlike most plant oils, ricinoleic acid carries an extra hydroxyl group, allowing it to dive deep and pull moisture with it. Dry, hard wax only softens once moisture seeps into its core, and ricinoleic acid handles that gently, swelling the wax until it loosens its grip on the canal lining. At the same time, that same compound soothes microscopic inflammation. Lab studies show ricinoleic acid lowers inflammatory messengers such as prostaglandin E2. When the canal lining stops sounding alarms, nerve endings settle down. Many seniors describe this as a sudden calm, where itching or faint pulsing used to be. Add its mild antibacterial and antifungal edge, and castor oil leaves the ear canal smoother and healthier. There's another perk. Because castor oil is viscous, it evaporates slowly, leaving behind a thin, flexible film. That film keeps the canal slightly humid so freshly softened wax doesn't harden again overnight. Think of it like seasoning a cast iron skillet. Once oiled and warmed, it stays conditioned and rust-resistant. Some folks wonder if other household oils, olive almond baby oil, work as well. Those can soften wax, but they lack ricinoleic muscle. Olive oil, about 70% oleic acid, moisturizes yet doesn't pack the same anti-inflammatory force. Almond oil absorbs fast and can leave the canal parched again in hours. Mineral-based baby oil softens but offers no real antimicrobial shield. Castor oil delivers all 3 benefits: softening, soothing, guarding, in one neat bottle. Let's anchor this science in a real story. Helen, a retired choir director, found her singing pitch sliding flat. She chalked it up to age until her audiologist spotted a neat plug of wax in her left ear. Instead of booking an irrigation session, he suggested warmed castor oil at home. 5 nights later, Helen returned to rehearsal and nailed every soprano note. Her fellow singers teased her about secret coaching, but Helen knew the truth. Her internal tuning fork was finally free. You might fret about oil staining linens. A folded tissue over the ear or a slim cosmetic pad under the pillowcase solves it. Some seniors slip on a soft headband for the first hour, then remove it before sleep. Choose whatever keeps you relaxed. Relaxation lets gravity guide the oil exactly where it needs to go. Warm, pure, cold-pressed castor oil until it matches body temperature. Lie on your side, gently lift the upper ear, and let 3 drops fall in. Stay still for 5 minutes, then treat the other ear. Do this nightly for up to a week as a starter course, then once or twice a week for upkeep or whenever your ear feels itchy, full, or starts ringing again. What about hearing aids? Simply take them out before using castor oil and put them back only after the canal feels dry the next day. If you rely on aids all day, keep oil treatments to once a week or less. Enough to manage wax without over-moisturizing. Will oil trap bacteria? Pure castor oil naturally resists microbes and makes life tough for common ear pathogens. Still, hygiene matters. Use a clean dropper each time or wash yours thoroughly, and never dip a used cotton swab into the bottle. Could it worsen vertigo? If you feel lightheaded, sit up and let any pooled oil drain onto a tissue. Real vertigo often stems from inner ear issues unrelated to the outer canal. Softening wax usually eases mild dizziness by lifting pressure. But everyone's different. If dizziness lasts, stop and consult a professional. Has your eardrum ever ruptured? Wait until an ear specialist confirms it's fully healed and intact. Never pour liquids into an ear with a known perforation. Can I microwave the oil? Best not. Microwaves create hot spots that can burn. Instead, place the bottle in a warm water bath. It's safer and lets you test the temperature on your wrist. Who should steer clear? Anyone with chronic ear infections, diabetes-related skin troubles in the ear, or severe eczema inside the canal should ask a doctor first. And if you've had ear surgery or still have ventilation tubes, skip the oil and follow specialist advice. How long do results last? Many seniors find one 7-night routine keeps their ears happy for a month or longer. It depends on your environment, dust, music volume, hearing aids, and your personal skin chemistry. The best gauge is feel. Once buzzing, itching, or plugging stops, take a break. Zoom out for the bigger picture. Quieter nights and brighter mornings. When tinnitus drops even a notch, silence fills the bedroom. Older adult sleep studies show that body noises like ringing disrupt deep sleep stages. Slow wave and REM. Without that obstacle, you slip into restorative cycles more smoothly. Restorative sleep upsides? Lower cortisol, steadier blood pressure, sharper memory, and more morning pep. That's why a tiny ear fix can give your whole day a lift. Picture tomorrow's breakfast. You pour cereal and clearly hear each flake ping the bowl. The fridge hum doesn't drown the conversation. You lean back, listen to the radio weather report without cranking the volume, and realize it's the first morning all month you haven't squinted at closed captions. These are the quiet victories of a clear ear canal. Another plus many seniors notice is steadier balance. While the outer ear isn't home to balance organs, muffled sound and subtle pressure still confuse your brain's spatial map. When hearing lines up left and right, your brain places you more accurately. Some seniors sway less on uneven paths once wax is gone, which boosts confidence for daily walks. And those walks benefit heart, mood, and mind. In this way, 3 drops can trigger a cascade of healthy habits. Let's bust a myth. Hydrogen peroxide and ear candles aren't safer or better than oil. Peroxide can fizz too aggressively, stripping protective oils and leaving skin flaky. Ear candles create suction too weak to pull wax and often leave smoky residue. Castor oil, by contrast, leaves the canal cleaner, calmer, and moisturized. A quick success anecdote brings it home. Samuel, 72, tended his garden but found himself wobbling on stone paths. He blamed stiff knees until an audiologist found wax wedged against one eardrum. After a week of bedtime castor oil, the plug dissolved. On his next stroll he felt steady and joked he'd trimmed the roses without trimming himself. A simple ear clear-out gave him back confident steps. If you don't have castor oil on hand, you can find a trusted product in the description below. Chew thoroughly. Good chewing aids digestion and creates tiny jaw motions that help nudge softened wax outward. Stay hydrated. Plenty of fluid keeps secretions, including cerumen, from drying too quickly. Aim for 8 cups a day. You might be surprised by the difference. Lower headphone volume. Loud, constant sound tires the inner ear's hair cells. Take breaks or use over-ear models that spread the pressure. Manage humidity. Dry winter air parches skin and wax alike. A small bedside humidifier preserves moisture and eases itching. Include omega-3 rich foods. Salmon, flaxseed, walnuts all reinforce the lipid layer in skin and cerumen, making wax less brittle. These lifestyle tweaks complement castor oil and support long-term ear wellness. Why not just flush with water? Irrigation can work, but sometimes pushes wax deeper if the jet's too strong, and leftover moisture can foster bacteria. Oil first softens stubborn wax, so any later rinse is gentler and more effective. Will I feel oil sloshing? A careful 3-drop dose coats rather than floods. Any brief fullness fades as oil seeps in. If it lingers, tilt your head and dab away the extra. Is ricinoleic acid toxic? Not at all. The harmful compound in castor seeds, ricin, is removed during cold pressing. Pharmaceutical-grade castor oil is widely recognized as safe for external use. Can kids try this? Children's ears are smaller and prone to infection, so pediatric guidance is best. Today we focus on seniors, because their canals are adult-sized and their wax tends to harden with age. Remember the last time you asked someone to speak up and they sighed, "I'm already speaking louder?" Imagine sparing both of you that awkward moment. Researchers in lab studies found that ricinoleic acid influences TRP channels, tiny gateways in cell membranes that sense temperature and pain. Calming those channels can dull the hypersensitivity driving some tinnitus. While more human trials remain, the mechanism matches many reports. After oil therapy, the ringing often softens in volume or pitch. It's no magic bullet, yet when inflammation eases, the brain receives fewer rogue signals masquerading as sound. Place your fingertips just behind each ear and give the bone a light massage. Feel that gentle warmth? It's blood delivering oxygen and nutrients. Picture that warmth carrying castor oil's soothing molecules into every crevice. You're not just treating wax, you're pampering an entire sensory pathway. Let's wrap up decisively without replaying each detail. 3 measured drops warmed for comfort, allowed a few quiet minutes to work, can soften stubborn wax, calm irritation, hush tinnitus, and help you sleep more soundly than you have in months. Try it gently, listen closely, and let your ears tell you the difference. Those 3 drops may redraw the line between noise and silence in ways you'll recognize the moment you greet tomorrow's dawn.